This 2 at Lesson activity is in language arts and focuses on word families, specifically using interactive elements within Smart Notebook. Some of these elements can be used on their own without any user input, and some of them you can put in your own content. So let's see how you can work with some of these. We're in Notebook, and we're going to take a look at a variety of ways we can use interactive elements to make word families. So here we have a flash element. I can tell it's a single flash element because when I select it, it has the marquee selection all the way around and a bar across the top. And this one is called refrigerator magnets. And what I can do is drag certain letters up. So I'm going to drag the letter A and bring it up. We're going to make the at family and drag the letter T and bring that up also. So I can have the students come up or I can come up. And for example, if we have cat, we can bring that up here. What's different with this than with other objects in Notebook, I can't group any of these. So we can have one word that's cat, and we'll need to move cat up here and move them around. And then we can bring in another one. I cannot copy or clone or group any of these. So we'll need to have another A up here. And when I click on this, see it's yellow? When I click it again, it'll change colors. And it will cycle through a variety of different ones until it's the one that I like. So again, I will choose the at family. Now if I bring up a letter that I don't want, in this case, dat, since dat is not a word, I'm going to take off the D. In order to do that, I just move it down to the letters over here, and then it erases it. It moves it off the table. And so I can bring up, let's say sat, as we bring it up here. Now if I want to clear everything, on the bottom right there is a button that says clear, and I just tap on it, and it clears all of the letters that I have up there. So let's move on to another one. I'm going to move to my next page. And this one is from Thrash. It is a phoneme machine. I'm going to click back here so we're at the main section. And that's teaching handwriting, reading, and spelling skills. This is a trial version that comes with Smart Notebook. I'm going to click continue here. And I will select cat, which is part of the at family. And what it does is it breaks down each of the words into a variety of phonemes. These are small individual video files, so when I click on the C, then I'm able to synthesize all of them. And then finally, we can bring the whole thing together and bring it into one word. The students can actually see very explicitly in a larger mouth, hopefully, than mine, and over with exactly the same thing, what the words, what your mouth looks like, what's happening with your mouth as they're saying each of the phonemes and eventually all of the words. So the students can have mirrors themselves and work at their own desks or work in pairs. But this is another way that we can bring in multimedia into the Smart Notebook. We'll move into the next one over here, still working with the at family. And I have a random consonant generator over here, and I also have at that's over here. Now the random consonant generator is again in the gallery, and it has some items up here. The first one is no repeat. If I don't want the letters to repeat, and I just want single ones to come up, I would go ahead and check that, which is what I want to do. Second thing, since the at over here is lowercase, I want this one also to be lowercase. And I could have inject automatically, which means that the letter would automatically pop out. I don't want that option for here because some of the letters will not make any sense. So in this case, I'm starting off with an H and at, so we can see if that makes sense. I click on the arrow here, and it brings in a small h, and I can bring that up. But notice that the small h is in black, and it's a lot smaller than the at that's over here. So I need to change my text preferences. So up here on the toolbar, I'm going to choose the A for the text, and I want to choose the large blue A up here, which is size 36, and it's also blue. When I now choose the generator over here, it will select that same large one. I'm going to choose my arrow select, and now I have an appropriately sized H. I'm going to choose the smaller one and right mouse or click the drop down and delete that one because I don't want that one. And I'll bring over the H in front of hat, or in front of at, which brings up the word hat. If that's a correct word, I can move this, I can highlight both of these letters and I can clone them, and I now have a correct word of hat down on the bottom, and I can get rid of the H and I can delete that one, and I'm ready for my next one. All I need to do is click on the random consonant generator and it will make up another one. So we can say at. Does that make it? Yes, it does. So we bring that letter directly in and we can continue. If it doesn't, at, nat, we can discuss whether nat is a word or not, and in that spelling it's not the correct word, so we would just continue with the next one. So that's the way that the random consonant generator works. I can't change the letters in here because it will randomly go through all of the consonants. There is another one that will change, it will allow you to put in whatever content you want. So that's in the fourth page down here. In this one, I still have the at, but I wanted to put in 2 letters or 3 letters at the front. So in this case, I have pull at. And we can all say plat. That's not a word. So we click on here, and now we have ch, at. Yes, that is. So we'll click, and now we can bring in chat, and that is a word. And what I can do, again, differently, just a different way of bringing up a variety of different words, I can now clone at, and then bring that at up here, choose the next up here, which in this case is nothing, choose the next one, and now have spl at, splat. That works. I'll choose the arrow again and come up to splat, and I can make another, I can go to the at over here and clone that one and then bring it up and then continue doing that. So I can change this one in here. When I click up here, I can type in whatever sections that I would like in here as I go through. And if I want to close it, I just click the button up here on the top, and it's back to actually using it. That's covered more in another 2-it skill. So that's how you can use a variety of interactive elements within Notebook to teach word families. Now it's time for you to get to it.